Call the Honourable Dr. Nick Smith.
Mr. Chairman, that member has got the cheek to talk about responsibility in our ACC scheme when let's look at the facts that relate to her period as minister. What minister was responsible about running ACC down so badly that during your period as minister it incurred a loss of $2.4 billion in your last year as minister? What was responsible, I say to Mary Ann Street, is about having declared to this Parliament a loss of $2.4 billion to then extend 12 additional aspects to the ACC scheme. What members of this House believe that those unfunded extensions were responsible? They were not. That member is unfit to ever hold a ministerial warrant in this country again in any area where she has financial responsibility. And even worse than that, she was advised in July of the $300 million shortfall in the non-earners account. And what did she do? She hid it. She hid it in breach of the Public Finance Act. In fact, it is a matter of public record.
Point of order, the Honourable Mary Ann Street.
The Minister knows that there was an inquiry that said that that was not true. The Minister has misled the House.
Order. Points of order are about order. The member's making a point about the content of what a person says. That's not about order. That's a debatable point.
Mr. Chairman.
I call the Honourable Darren Hughes.
Chairman,
fresh point of order?
Fresh point of order. I accept your ruling. Is it an order for a member on their feet to accuse another member of the chamber of breaking the law?
Well, I would say 2 points to the member. Generally, that is true. Secondly, at the moment the offence was committed, the member should have taken the point of order at that point. No, the member wasn't saying that wasn't the accusation about breaking the law. It was on a slightly different tack. Had the member said, I've been accused of breaking the law, that would have been titled differently. I call the Honourable Dr. Nick Smith.
Let's be very clear about the public record. And Labor members are sensitive. I'll tell you why they're sensitive. Because they know the public will never again trust them with the Treasury benches with the sort of mismanagement that occurred with ACC. Because in August of 2008, Mary Ann Street received a memo stating that the non-earners account required an additional appropriation of $300 million. To tell you how significant that was, and members on this side of the House would know that one of the key issues of the election campaign was the affordability of policies. We had argued as a front bench team very tightly over matters as small as $10 million, not $300 million. And Mary Ann Street knew, and let's go back and look at the TV clips of the election campaign, that when the government opened the books and it was the lead story in the middle of the election campaign, she knew there was another $300 million nasty surprise. And let me tell you about how I started my career as the Minister of ACC. The Prime Minister phoned me on the Sunday night and told me my portfolio mix. I immediately was phoned by the Department of Labour, who offered to fly urgently to Nelson. And I said to them, look, surely I can wait till I get my warrant. And they said it was an urgent matter that I be aware of a very serious problem in ACC. A very serious problem that Mary Ann Street had known about for months, who had swept under the carpet, who breached the Public Finance Act, and her career will ever have the black mark for her irresponsibility. And I am not going to be lectured on responsibility in this House by that particular member who is yet to apologise for the damage that she did to ACC. Let me talk about some facts about her record. It is a matter of fact that in Mary Ann Street's last year, she signed off on ACC's accounts showing a $2.4 billion loss. Let me tell you how serious it was. In last year's accounts for New Zealand, show an overall loss of $10 billion. Nearly half of that was because of ACC. And now that member and her colleagues have got the cheek to go on the campaign trail, protest levy increases, and in the next breath protest about any reduction in entitlements. What Labor is saying to New Zealanders is that you can have a fully funded scheme, you can have more entitlements, and you can have reduced levies. Who believes that?
Before I call Sue Moroney